So how different is work for you compared to uni work?
Uni work to work in terms of differences, quite a lot, because like work exactly have like the whole business jargon, the context and all that. But I would say it's definitely really interesting. So like most of my research when I was at uni, I did it predominantly around integrating both like health and technology together. So it wasn't too bad. I did love the differences, but I feel like it's a thing that really complements each other really well as well.
I would say in work, most of the problem is open-ended, while the work in university is like have the fixed answer and only one correct answer. In cybersecurity, like nobody give me the problem. I have to formulate the problem myself. Second, there's no correct or wrong answers to handle the problems in my work. Most cases, we are working to improve existing strategies or solutions, and we will need to test whether it is better or not. It's not like university work that the teachers will grade your exam. No, we are graded by the market.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Jackie. It's like very, very different. So in uni, you get this really nice clear spec about what you're trying to achieve, how you're going to get like the 100%. Whereas in Canva, for example, when I got my intern project, some of the specs weren't so clear. It was like, this is kind of what we're trying to go for. I had to talk to people like the backend engineers, designers to get my mock-ups for my project. And when you're coding, one thing I like to do for my projects at uni is to try and make it perfect, like abstract it all out and reduce code repetition. But that's kind of not the case in Canva, is that you have to really account for the potential for change in your code. So that's one thing I found that was really different, is how sometimes that you have to really just work with the fact that your code will change later and not try to make it perfect.
What's the culture like at your company?
I would say the main culture of us is collaboration. As a QR, we not only work with other QRs, we also work with like the traders, like IT people, the technologists, people from different backgrounds. Although we made from different major, different universities, different regions, but we share the same value, that is collaboration and learning. I would say another core value of our collaboration is learning. We keep improving our system, and we keep improving our strategies to help beat other competitors. So I would say learning and collaboration are the two most major value of our company. Yeah.
Do you need society position / experience / participation to have a good chance of getting an internship or a grad role?
I would say that it doesn't have to be something like a society. Often it is good to have some experience of something that's not purely academic based. But from my experience personally, I've got a friend that hadn't done any society things throughout uni, had I think one side project, and then actually ended up getting into Accenture through like good interviews and being personable. And so whilst things like extracurriculars and leadership positions definitely do help because they show that you might go out of your way to do extra things, it's not necessarily a prerequisite. It's not you don't have to, but obviously it does. I think personally, I think it helps a little bit.
What is one thing that you would recommend all first years to do to increase the chance of getting an internship?
Get involved to anything and everything as you can. Like whether you're interested in anything, whether it has anything to do with your degree, just do it anyway, because you never know when it's something that can sort of tie back. So for example, if you're passionate about the stock market or whatnot, feel free to drill in deeper about that, because I feel like technology is always something which you can integrate with, for example, your financial stocks or whatnot. So you have like companies that can cater for that sort of like the sort of background and interest that you have. So really like drill down on your interests, do everything that interests you, and I feel like almost no matter what it is, you can tie it back to technology, and that's a way that you can show the recruiters like you have personality, this is what makes you different, this sort of skill sets behind you, and you have a genuine interest to it, which is why they should hire you. It's a way of sort of showing yourself.
Are software engineering employers considerate to the demands of university students who can only handle part-time work and lesser workloads compared to experienced employees?
Definitely say for Canva, I can only speak in Canva, but I recently interned at Canva, and afterwards, because I still actually have 1 year left in my degree, I wasn't able to do full-time when they offered the graduate role. But I reached out to the recruiter and I said, hey, I really still want to get involved and I still want to be working for Canva. Is there any way I could do a part-time role? And they got back and my team was able to accommodate for having a part-time on the team. So they said, yeah, go for it. So now I'm working as a part-time graduate at Canva. So I would say, yeah, they definitely are. If reach out to whoever or whatever company you're interning at and just let them know what your situation is, and I'm sure they'll be happy to accommodate.
No, I would definitely agree. Because with our university calendar year, it's definitely quite different from the Microsoft recruiting seasons. So I guess the conversation I did have with him was, especially how I did sort of move across from New Zealand here. Like I had like a complete different start date from everyone else on my team. I just told them like, hey, this is my situation. like I can't do what your normal graduate would do. Can we accommodate for this? And they were happy with it. And I have another colleague. I remember she told me that after she graduated, she was given the grad role, but she wanted to go traveling around the world for a year before, like a gap year before she started working. So then Microsoft accommodated for her gap year to go traveling, and now she's back at work.